you give us a quick sort of scouting report of Furman and
I think they're a good football team. They're predominantly an over-under front team. They're a four-down front team. They play disciplined football. I think they're well coached. I think we'll go out there and I think we'll play really, really hard, and we're going to rally around our new guy. And got a bad taste in our mouth. The fact of the matter is that you were in a good situation at halftime, and you didn't finish it in the second half. So regardless if that was the number one team in America or not, we don't take losses very easily around here. So those guys right now, they practiced their tails off. Their preparation reminds me exactly like it was last week, which is a great sign. Most of the time, whenever you come off playing the number one team in America, and you're getting ready to go to play another opponent, you don't prep that same way. And these kids are prepping the way that you're supposed to prep whenever you're a winning team.
You talked in the preseason about wanting to be healthier and get more sleep. You have an injury like this right away. You've talked in the past about it kind of throws a wrench in plans.
Well,
what does this do with the quarterback situation?
We're in a good shape right now. Motley's put in the time. He's a guy that it's really important to, and we got a bunch of good character guys that are going to rally around him, and it is what it is. Just like I said, we were excited about Michael. I thought he played his best football. I thought he did a great job in this game on Saturday. But the fact of the matter is, we got a number two guy that we're very, very confident in, and his teammates are confident in, so we got a shot.
Do you ask Motley to be a central leader figure, or with what he's handling, do you ask other guys to kind of step up and let him focus on play? How do you?
Yeah, a quarterback, he's been around a while. He's been around 4 years, so it's not like you're walking in a freshman or a redshirt freshman that's playing. I think whenever a freshman or a redshirt freshman's playing, you're leading by example. Whenever you're an older guy that's been around the block, that's seen Logan Thomases of the world come through here, watch Michael, I think you're a leader. You got to be the leader. So you're a fourth-year guy, and that's what we expect out of him.
I'm glad you brought up the freshman thing, because we wanted to ask you about Lawson. And Frank said that the plan was really never to redshirt him, to have him ready if you needed him.
We always talked about a package for him, and this is where we're at with the whole thing. Brenden Motley is our starting quarterback, and we are not going to disclose anything about the number two position, not at all. And we've got a really good plan with the whole deal, but that plan can change daily. And that's just where we're at right now, and that's where we're going to keep it.
I thought it was interesting you said that you tailored some of the play calling with Motley in that game to make sure he didn't roll an ankle or you didn't get down.
Yeah. I mean, now you can't do that. You really were careful whenever the game got out of hand at the end. But we got to win football games, and regardless of what it takes to win a game, regardless of what we have to do, we're going to do it to give ourselves a chance. So that's the plan.
So after that game Monday night, I assume you came right back to the cave here?
Yeah, I did.
Did you spend the night here, I assume? Or?
I'm not sure if I did or not. I don't remember that.
It all kind of blends together?
I don't remember. This whole week blends together.
You probably watched that film.
I have that same thing.
You probably watched that film a million times. Was there anything that stood out to you that you went back a million times that really pissed you off or upset you about how things went?
I think the first couple drives of the game, we started out really slow. We made some mistakes early in the game that we didn't in the second quarter, and they ran on the first third down. They ran a bare front, and they scraped the mic, and that was just a good call. And they caught us in the right protection. But we had a few others earlier that we could have made the blocks and had a completion or what have not. And a couple times we had some missed assignments in the run game early. And we started really slow, and then we started getting going and ended up having a really good second quarter, in my opinion. That's what we wanted to see in the first quarter. We just couldn't get anything going. We had some really good deceptive ideas and some good play action passes that we wanted to use in the first quarter and could never get to them because we were behind the sticks and just couldn't get it going. So those first two drives, we wanted to be more aggressive, but we really couldn't get in the aggressive mode. And then we started getting things going in the second half. We started moving the ball a little bit of mixed in some tempo. and started hitting some play action passes and the throwback and what have not. So that's what we wanted to do in the first quarter. So yes, the first 2 drives were disappointing.
You made a switch after those 2 drives, right tackle, both tackles. Why did you make that move? And
We said that we were going to play Nige early, regardless. It wasn't a decision based on who was playing well and who was not. We were going to get him some experience.
After that Sun Bowl, you were kind of critical of yourself about preparing the backup quarterback when Leal came in for Logan. What have you done differently to prepare backups?
Well,
since then?
you just got more time. When you walked in the door, you were trying to implement a whole new offense. You were trying to teach your staff the terminology. You're trying to I was trying to figure things out, and then you're trying to get a draft pick quarterback ready and make him better. And now, things are in stone. We know who we are. We know what we want to be. And do we have to adjust a little bit now? Yes, of course. Now, I was hoping it'd be a little bit easier than it was, but it is what it is. We're fine, and Motley's going to be just fine.
A year ago this time, he had class for part of the thing. He was missing part of the week. How's he developed as a passer?
He's getting better. He's getting better. He's doing a good job, and we got to give him things that he feels really comfortable with, and that's what we're going to do this week.
Sorry to go backwards, but when you look at that line, are you set then with Hansen and McLaughlin, or is Nijman, did he play well enough to? The protection seemed like it picked up on that third.
Yeah, we'll see where we're at the end of the week. We'll see where we're at completely with that.
You had McLaughlin moving. Do you like him better in one side or the other?
You know what? I think John's such a older, knowledgeable player that you can flip flop him. With Naj, you just like to. He's such a young player and first time playing. Let's just keep him at one spot and bring him along.
Is
You
it
talked
safe
a
to
lot in the
assume?
preseason about not wanting to play Cam and Isaiah 80-plus snaps a game. Again, obviously they were out there an awful lot, and you weren't able to rotate almost any receivers.
We said in this game we were going to play our very, very best players, and we're going to play them every snap, and that's what we did. And we were very confident in our backups, but the fact of the matter is we were playing a secondary that probably has 2 or 3 NFL guys. We got a linebacking core that has 3 NFL guys and probably 2 defensive linemen that are going to play in the NFL. And at the end of the day, we wanted to put our best birds and give them the best chance.
We've got a guy like Shy who missed so much practice in the offseason, injury and everything. Do you have to ease him back in, or is it you give him
I
full load?
think Shy's done a good job in training camp, getting himself healthy and in shape, and so we'll see where that's at the end of the week too.
How would you?
He's fairly healthy and ready to go.
How would you evaluate the running game? Without him, do you need something, or did you like what you still saw?
Well, heck, you're playing a team that averaged 140 yards rushing, and if you take out the sacks, and again, I know that all factors into, we rushed for almost 170 some yards if you take out the sacks. Did we want to run the ball better? We always want to run the ball better. You'll hear, what do we run for 200 yards around here? You want to run the ball better because that's a very important part of our program. And so the fact of the matter is we did some good things, we did some bad things. It was a perfect no, but there were some really positive things too.
When you go back and look at Monday night, and particularly Kendall had some bad moments, what did you see from his game?
We weren't particularly sharp. We were kind of average as a group. We got to be much better. That's from Kendall down to everybody. We had some nerves with some young guys getting some experience for the first time, and as the game got on, some of those guys got better. But overall, as a group, we're not where we want to be.
Cardell Jones had a tweet that was kind of trash-talking DBU. Did you see that?
No, I did not. No, I did not.
Does that surprise you at all?
No, they got the better of us. To the victors go the spoils. We won last year. I'm not sure if we trash talked or anything, but they've been stewing on that one for a while. They won. They deserve it. Give a hats off to them.
4 plays of 40 yards or more, 3 touchdowns of 50 yards or more. What did you see defensively in terms of giving up those big plays?
Just guys not executing our assignments. Ohio State's a good team. You give them a lot of credit on a lot of those plays. Some of those were self-inflicted. Some of those, they made really, really good plays, but more of it was us than them, and that's what we got to get better on going into week 2.
I think there was some talk of guys maybe got a little beat up in that game. How did you guys come out physically from that?
Yeah, you're gonna always have some injuries or nicks from a physical game, but you know, for the most part, I'm not Mike as far as who's got what, but you know, yeah, we probably do have some nicks and deals, but I think we'll got some guys who, you know, we got to suit up and go on a short week.
What was sort of your evaluation of how Brenden did in his first?
I thought he was okay. He wasn't the Brenden of 2 years ago. Obviously, he wasn't himself last year. He really came out and had a good focused practice today. Obviously, we talked about his play, and I think he's, you know, looking forward to Saturday.
Kendall hasn't had too many games where he's given up touchdowns like that. How do you think he responds to that?
Oh, Kendall's a player. You know, you're a defensive back. You got to have thick skin. You're going to get beat on some plays. They ran a double move on him. He broke and was aggressive. He's been breaking on that route all game, and they got one up on him. And you know, he's going to respond.
He's wearing that sleeve on his knee. Is he all right?
Well, I mean, he's all those have some nicks and things. You know, he's got a little nick or whatnot down that area. He's trying to protect, and you know, he's just, you know, battling and playing through it. Got to get treatments and those deals.
You had called into action a little bit unexpectedly. What was your mindset going into the game, and then after looking at the film, what did you see?
I was confident. I knew I was going to play on Monday night, so going into the game, I was still confident. It was unfortunate we're having a Michael, and we feel sorry for him, but we have to move on, and we have a great game plan already this week, and we're excited for Saturday.
Now that you're number one, do you approach it any differently? Do you wake up in the morning feeling any differently now?
Being the number one guy and being the number two guy, you have to treat it preparation-wise the same way. As you see, you know, you never know what's going to happen. So if you are the number two guy, you got to prepare like you are playing on Saturday or whatever day it is, and you got to be prepared no matter what. So.
All right, thanks, man.
Yep.
Talked about trying to develop. Where are you with that? And are you a little concerned that you don't have other guys maybe ready to contribute more right now?
I think every game is different. Every week's going to be different. Our preparation for that game, we felt like the best 11 people to give us opportunity to win and be most successful with 11 guys that played. So I think every game's going to be different, and you'll see different guys in different games.
I know you said that when you went back and watched Ford and Phillips that you thought maybe they wore down a little bit later in the year. Are you worried you're going to head that route if this is the rotation, so to speak?
No, the offensive staff and I, we have a plan, and with Coach Beamer as well, and the training staff, we have a plan to make sure those guys stay healthy for the duration of the year. But also, it's like I said, every week's different, so you're going to see some different guys from week in and week out.
You get to see Dwayne Lawson in practice. Impressed? Well, what do you see from him?
He's got a long arm, strong arm, has very accurate. He got some attributes that some other guys don't have. And he's athletic. He can run. He runs like a wide receiver. So he's special talent. He just got to come along mentally and prepare himself on a weekly basis.